In this video, we are going to create new shape layer and then we will animate its properties, transform properties. We cannot do anything without setting new composition. So it is crucial to set a new composition. For this purpose, we make left click over the new composition option. If you don't know how can we set new composition, then press OK. To create new shape layer, we make right click by remaining in timeline panel. We go over new. There are different sub options in front of new like text, solid, light, camera, null, shape layer, adjustment layer. These are all different layers, but here we are going to create shape layer. So we press left click over shape layer. In this way we also create shape layers, but we can also create shape layers by going over control bar. We press left click over layer, we go over new. If we want to create shape layer, then we press left click over shape layer. In this way we also create shape layers. If we want to delete our layers, then we select that particular layer and we hit delete button from keyboard. If we want to rename our layer name, then we press enter from keyboard. To create desired shape layer, we can create shape layer by pen tool or we can draw shape layer by rectangle tool. There are 5 different shape layer tools. Here we are going to create star shape layer. So we press left click over star tool. In toolbar panel, we have the option of fill. If we want to fill our shape layer with colors, then we keep solid color. But if we don't want to fill any color in our shape layer, then we select none, which have such kind of icon, and we press OK. In this way our fill color has gone from shape layer. But if we want to fill any desired color in the shape layer, then we press left click over fill option and make solid color OK. Here we can also set the desired color from color panel. In front of fill color, we have the option of stroke. But if we want to make edges, then we on stroke color by clicking over solid color. Here we can also change the values of width for stroke. First of all, we discuss how can we align our object at the just center of the composition panel. For this purpose, we go over right side, we press left click over align. There is an option of align horizontally. We press left click over it. Further, if we want to align our object at the just center of the composition panel, we press left click over align vertically. In this way, our object becomes aligned at the just center of the composition panel. Now here we animate our transform properties. First of all, we have the option of anchor point. To know how much anchor point is powerful, we change the values of scale. Just observe in which angle scaling properties are changing. Now we change the position of anchor point. For this purpose, we go over toolbar, we press left click over pen behind tool. We change the position of our anchor point from just left side of our shape layer. Once again, we change the values of scale. Just observe in which angle the scaling properties are changing. This is the real power of anchor point. If you want to set the position of anchor point at the just center of the shape layer, for this purpose, you should select your desired layer, make right click, go over transform, select center anchor point in layer content. In this way, anchor point gets positioned at the just center of the shape layer. Just remember, here we are working over 2D animation. So we have 2D values, X values and Y values. These are X values and these are Y values. Now here we are going to animate our object at the position values. For this purpose, we make left click over the stopwatch of position. In this way, we have generated the first keyframe, but there is no animation. To produce any animation, we should have at least 2 keyframes. To create second keyframe, this time once again we change the position values. We change the position values from left to right side. See how our animation looks like. Now we also want to animate our object at scaling properties. We will animate our object from 0 to 100. I mean our first keyframe will be on 0. To generate first keyframe, we press left click over the stopwatch of scale. We go over 20 keyframe. Now we scale up our object from 0 to 100. See once again how our animation at this time looks like. Things are going towards interesting phase. Now we also want to rotate our star. For this purpose, we make left click over the stopwatch of rotation. In this way, our first keyframe has generated over 1 second and 10 frames. We go over 2 seconds. At the second keyframe of rotation. At second keyframe, we rotate our star at 260. Now we animate out our star from animation. For this purpose, we make left click over the stopwatch of opacity. Our first keyframe has generated for opacity at 2 seconds. At 2 seconds and 50 frames, we down opacity from 100 to 0. Now see how final animation looks like. Now you are becoming skillful motion graphic artist. Keep up your practice. In next video we will discuss how can we set new composition. It is very crucial. We cannot do anything without setting new composition.